Welcome back to the Jeep Journals, everybody. Thank you for watching this special presentation where I am showcasing the Kona, the one and only Kona guitar pulled from a dumpster dive by my very own father, brought to me in condition that was unplayable because it was missing all of the hardware, and then given back to my dad, who then gave it back to me, apparently wanting me to keep this item. There's a strong set of conflicted emotion as I'm telling you this information. For any of you who know the story about my father and I, the very thought of him causes a lot of emotion, not just pain and sadness, but joy and happiness. And in this particular case, when this guitar was given to me, it was right during the time frame during which somebody literally set the house on fire and burned down quite a number of guitars, not including this one because it was given to me on loan or permanently. I'm not sure which, because I haven't been able to properly communicate with this individual as of today, February the 22nd, 2022. And this video will not be shown today. It'll be shown at some point in the future. The status may have changed by then. I'm open to all of whatever the universe wills to occur. His will be done, right? So in this case, I'm showing you a guitar. I'm playing a cover song, and I don't know how many songs that I will have played a cover song with, but I thought that tune, that song that I played by Kurt Cobain of the band Nirvana, the song Rape Me, was very telling in terms of how some people might be able to associate with other people who have been wronged repeatedly and in ways that are almost unexplainable, inexplicable, some might say. There are a lot of words that I use on this channel. Sometimes I get them wrong. If I do, I try to put a little pop-up in the screen that says, hey, I meant this instead of that. But for the most part, the things that I'm telling you are glaringly obvious and accurate. So I hope that you've enjoyed watching this segment where you got to see this Kona in action. It's quite a neat guitar. I rather enjoy the style of it. In fact, this particular bridge is basically something that I have on another one of my guitars that I enjoy greatly because it's kind of unique. And especially if you look at all the guitars that I've showcased so far, this bridge is absolutely unique. Anyway, thanks again for riding along with me on this journey. I hope that you have helped me to learn to communicate better, whether it's in the spirit of song and music or in the interest of speaking with my own father, who by circumstances it has been quite difficult to communicate with because there were other people in the mix who also made it exceedingly difficult to have a full conversation. On this channel, I'd like to present the fact that I'm open to a 100% open conversation where we have as many people present as necessary. Think of it like as an intervention where somebody might fly off the handle, or somebody may not be able to communicate properly. And so we have a moderator and another moderator and maybe another moderator. And mostly by moderators, what I mean is people of experience who are able to calm the situation and allow communication to occur. In this journey on this channel, I'm almost 100% convinced that the world is going to end if our fathers are not able to communicate with their own children. In a lot of cases, our fathers can be stepfathers, biological, adopted, on, and maybe they're not really fully communicating. We're just communicating on topical issues. Instead of communicating just on the topical issues, I encourage us to talk at a level that encourages peace, responsibility, wellness, healing, love, and again, that takes communication. When we don't communicate, oftentimes we're only left to think the thoughts that are on our own heads. And if we've watched enough of the programming and taken from enough of the programming that tells us to think in a certain way, it might be that we're not thinking quite accurately. So just as an example, I'm not going to play that song on this guitar. I was just wanting to give you a little sample of a song many of you might recognize, probably not just the ones who are watching this song to have heard this song, but probably many more people recognize that tune that I just started to play. And the thing about that song is it's just as controversial as the song that I played. The song that I played had lyrics that are quite concerning for someone who's not really listening to understand the story or the storyteller. And this song that I just alluded to, that I just started, is called Imagine, and it's by, I guess, John Lennon or the Beatles. I'm not sure. I'm not of that era, and I'm not saying it with any disrespect. I'm saying I truly do not know. But I do know that in that song is a line about imagine no religion, imagine there's no heaven above us, only sky. These lyrics, what they do is tell a story that were off-putting to some people who are programmed to think in one way and one way only, without ever understanding that words are open to interpretation. If I say imagine no religion, that doesn't mean imagine chaos and anarchy and hateful people who are raping everyone and violently burning down places and attacking everyone. What I mean is, imagine that we don't call it religion, we just are able to see eye to eye. We're able to understand peace and peacefulness. And if you can't understand the power of music, this is something I would have to practice for a long time to be able to get. And I would love to have the time to do that. I feel like we're on borrowed time as it is. Today it was 87 degrees. It is rapidly cooling off right now. The temperature is dropping. It'll be in the 50s and the 40s by tomorrow. We just had springtime 4 times so far. The high winds that come in with all these fronts knock down more and more trees. There are so many unusual things that are happening in this ecosphere. And the most unusual thing to me is the inability to communicate between fathers and sons. And I mean that figuratively, not literally. Apparently, this is something that's going on across generations. And for some reason, especially in the presence of this digital era, we believe it's okay to put aside the conversations because we don't want to imagine the other person's perspective. And that's a travesty. That's something that I think that we will eventually get past, but will it be too late? Can we withstand another fall? There's another few songs that I've come up with that talk about these topics, and they're telling a story from my unique perspective that's not all that unique. Otherwise, there would be nobody else watching these videos right here. And for that reason, I encourage you to please click on the comments area and add your comments about what you thought, whether you hated or loved this song or the discussion. Please give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down, depending on what you felt about this presentation. And more than that, just have a great day. I hope that everything that you're looking at gives you the potential to open your mind to the fact that we don't always have to be caught up in worry and anxiety and anger. Anger is something that comes out in so many different ways. It's just a manifestation of fear, and there are a lot of people who are afraid in this era. So the more we can do to bring peace to one another, the better. The more that we can imagine a world where we can actually embrace one another, our differences, our opportunities for advancement and learning with one another, the more I think that we're going to heal. And I feel the healing coming on. The more that I record these songs and get towards the end, of my acoustic set, the more I feel a great healing that's occurring within me, a great energy. Today I planted 10 plants in the garden to include a variety of fruiting plants, and we'll check back in another few weeks to let you know how that has progressed. I know that I've already got one video scheduled that's showing you what I planted on Valentine's Day, and I want to come back and show you what happened to that plant 2 weeks later, which is in a couple of weekends, or actually a weekend from now. And so if you stay tuned, you're going to see a much broader story that helps us to learn how do we succeed in this new world where some of the things that we were taught just by our fathers are things that are still necessary and relevant, but where we can also combine the knowledge of the things that we're learning today right now so that we can succeed in our mission of regaining our position of peace and eliminate the darkness by shining our brightness as bright as we can. Thank you again for joining us. Until next time, peace, love, and all that old school stuff.